So there are four key aims of the project. First of all, to promote a thriving river system here in the Arun and Western Streams catchment in West Sussex. Second of all, we're working with landowners to help reconnect habitats, particularly focusing on wetland habitat restoration. Third of all, we're looking at improving water quality and tackling invasive non-native species. And last but not least is we are working with local communities to really excite them about the natural and cultural heritage that we have here in our project area.
River catchments are really important. About 23% of the water we get for our region comes from rivers, 70% from the aquifer. So there's a real relationship between the landscape, the environment and the water we all use every day. But obviously we're not just using that water, wildlife is too. So you've got key species like kingfisher, the water vole, otters that use chalk streams, and they are internationally designated. So for us, this is a perfect example about practical action, and that's actually going to have benefits both for our water quality but also for the people that use and enjoy the landscape.
The support of the ARC project has enabled us to clear up the mess that was left by the fish farm. So we've taken out pipes and corrugated iron and old sheds. We've opened up the streams. We've got a population of wild brown trout, and by taking out the barriers, this winter was the first time that we could really see the trout go upstream to spawn. Now we're on to the next stage, which is developing parts of the site for children to come.
We've developed a resource pack all about the Arun and Rother rivers, which links into the wider curriculum, and in places like Botany Bay they can come and be in nature, and hopefully we're inspiring them to become the conservationists of the future. But what I'm particularly proud of with the ARC project is the strong legacy that we've built up, training and upskilling 855 volunteers, members of the local community, to go out and survey for different species such as dragonflies or water voles, to monitor the health of our rivers as part of a scheme called Riverfly, to going out and actually clearing rubbish from their local river. And we've trained up volunteers to not only tackle invasive non-native species but also to lead work parties to tackle invasive non-native species.
So this is a stand of giant hogweed on banks of the River Arun. Each plant produces 20,000 to 50,000 seeds. Probably conservative estimate that there's about 100 kilometres of river that this has stretched along. We're getting lots of landowners involved and different organisations. My project specifically is a partnership between a lot of different organisations, and everyone's working together, pulling together really well to try and stop this plant invading any further.
So through the ARC project we've brought together 7 organisations that historically hadn't worked very closely together, and through this process of delivering a vast programme of work of around 50 projects, we've really strengthened those relationships, so we're in a really strong position to go on and deliver more landscape scale projects working in partnership in the future.
It's a big project, and you know, the help that ARC has given us is just made it, really made it. So we've developed ponds, scrapes, shallow ditches, all connecting, holding water back, helps with flooding.
We were able to close off half of the field to access, but still enable people to walk through on the lovely new boardwalk. We've been able to hold on to water and revert this flood meadow back to its prime habitat status. And because of that, we've seen some of the big wildlife gains like the great crested newts and some of the wetland birds who have visited.
One of the ways we've been trying to engage local people is through the development of a wildlife recording app, and this has been really well received by local communities. It's a way to encourage people to get out and about, encouraging them to be citizen scientists and really take a part in conservation at the local level.
So you can tick things off and you can collect your little badges so that you can feel good about that, but equally you can contribute something to our knowledge of the distribution and eventually perhaps even the populations of these animals. Equally, of course, apps are the way forward. People are using their smartphones, they're using their pads, so we've got to move with the times, and this is a great way of doing it.
It's difficult to learn just with books. It's important to get out and actually see those features. I'm really pleased because we've brought a whole group of people together. We've had the ARC support, many other groups. We've had children coming here, adults, members of the community, and we've all done it together. So I feel that we've now created something very special which our whole community can benefit from.